Yeah, there I can. Okay, are we both in the scene? Checking connection. Okay. Oh, there we go. We're now live. All right.
All right.
Let's see. It's telling people we're here. Hey, everybody. Okay. Welcome to episode number 1 of our podcast. Okay, go ahead. Tell them your name.
Hi, I'm Kathleen,
And I'm Janine, and we are
the
Knit Sisters. Yes. This is episode number 1. We are located right now. We're in East St. Johnsbury, Vermont, at the Schoolhouse Yarn Shop.
That's right.
And Kathleen is my dear friend and knit sister and sister in God and all that stuff visiting. So I had this idea to have a knitting vlog. Actually, I have someone to talk to today. I'm usually here just talking to the screen alone. So if you're over there on Instagram, hi. I can't read comments just yet because I'm over here in my chair. Okay, so before we talk about knitting in a minute, you can't see it, but we got heat today.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
We're
thing.
in Vermont. Yes.
So
Good to have heat.
Today's the day we don't even really need heat because it's like 70 degrees, but the camera is sitting on our new heaters. So, which is perfect timing because I slept here last night for the first time ever, and Dan and Kathleen are out at the cabin.
It was very nice, very quiet.
So that's the update on the store. I'm going to check my comments over there, and then Kathleen's going to share her knitting projects. Okay? Happy Friday!
It is Friday.
Oh, hi, people. Hi, Dylan. Hey, JP.
So I am sharing
Hey,
with Janine,
Zach.
and I'm at her shop, so I saved up all these things because I live on Cape Cod. So I came up here this weekend to have her help me with things. I had a friend who gave me a bunch of yarn and said, "Can you knit me a sweater?" So I'm knitting for her this. It's a sweater called Tati. It's French for aunt. And so I like the choice of yarn. It's a merino yarn. I got it down on the Cape. It is 100% merino, Janine, but it's kind of like I want the cable to show, and I'm a little bit concerned that once I block it, I don't know if there's going to be enough stiffness. So what I'm going to do, and plus, if you took a look at this,
You think it's too drapey?
too drapey, and if you take a look, the real feature of the sweater is that cowl. So what I'm going to do from hopefully
Oh,
with
I didn't
Janine
even notice
is
that.
we're going to find another type of yarn that I'm going to knit along with. So I'm going to do two different yarns together at the same time to hopefully be able to have a little bit of a stiffer button band, a stiffer cuff length, and a stiffer cowl.
Oh, I thought you were going to re-knit the whole sweater.
No. But I thought if I added like some other, like a fingering weight or a DK yarn, and make it just a little bit thicker, stiffer, so that it will hold its shape a little
But
bit
won't
more.
the gauge be off? It'll be huge.
Well,
you have to do the math
that's
and
why
go
we're
down.
gonna have to do the math. We've got
Do
ourselves
math.
a
I
math.
don't teach math anymore.
We're gonna have to do a little math. I'm expecting it to be a little bit more pronounced than the rest of it. So I
What
don't
if
know.
you just used a totally different yarn and made it a contrast edging?
A contrast. I don't know if I'd go for
Oh, 'cause you already
complete
did the
contrast, but
bottom ribbon?
I want it to be a little bit, not too much of a contrast. If we did do contrasting yarn, I want it to be
Like a neutral.
I would still want it to be a neutral. It could be like off, like a different dye lot, but I would still want it to be a little bit more uniform, like the colors.
Oh, but you want the pattern to show, so fuzz won't work. Darn.
Well, no, but I mean, a little bit of fuzz might be just what this thing needs in order to be a little bit more. It does find it interesting when you're picking yarns and patterns together. How important, like, is it the texture of the yarn, or is it the, like one thing about this piece too? One of the things it called for that it had a lot of short rows for the shoulder shaping, and I did it. But this yarn, it's just very transparent. Any little increases you make, it's very noticeable. And I found that when I was doing the pickups from the short rows, it was very noticeable. And I just didn't like the way it looked. So I tore it out and I just said to heck with the short rows. I think because now, when you look at this, isn't that a pretty looking?
It looks good. It's so hard to get the short rows right. So if you're new to knitting, what you do on the back of your sweater, right here, if you look at your shirts,
Yeah,
the
but
back.
I've got some short.
Okay, the back neck is always a little bit taller than your shirt in the front because of the way your body's shaped and your neck and everything. So when you knit something, you usually add some rows over here, so that way when you put your shirt on, the back is a little bit taller.
Right, and on
That
this
makes
one, we
sense.
did have
So
some,
that's why you do short rows. You go
yeah, if you can see, I don't know if you can, hold on, because I think it's pretty easy to see stuff using this yarn. If you can take a look right here,
and then show the camera up top too, because that's Instagram.
up here, you are seeing short rows. So they're very,
Wait, go this way more.
where, can you see?
A little
Oh,
bit this
let me
way.
just go a little bit forward, okay.
There we go. Now we can
Okay,
see
so now you're seeing short rows. So they do show, but if you can imagine, they wanted me to do short rows back and forth, back and forth.
Oh,
They were-
that way.
They were gonna have
Oh,
been
here.
Yeah, and they would have been the way the pattern was calling for. They would. It was just gonna be too noticeable.
Oh, like a cap sleeve, and
Yes,
then okay,
yes.
so you make a little cap. Oh, I thought you meant the back of the
no,
neck.
but this was gonna be cap
Oh, that's even
sleeve.
harder to hide it because when it's on the back of your neck, it's like
Right,
the last place
right.
people are looking.
So I was kind of wishing that I had a little bit more.
Look how much you've
fuzz.
done.
Yeah, I'm just about. I'm getting there. There was a lot. There would have been a little bit of fuzz. Then I could have hid the short rows. The short rows would have
yeah.
looked a little bit better. So I did. You do what you can. You
Is that a pocket?
yes, and I did
It has a pocket.
pockets,
Oh my gosh.
pockets. And this was kind of what I think they
I
call
love
like
when
an
the
like
way
a
pockets are
like
knitted.
a little
It's so cool.
like what I guess you'd call it like an afterthought or something. Anyways, it was I used a what's the provincial cast on thing, provisional cast on thing, and then I just kept going. So basically, I would knit across, do the provisional cast on
Yeah.
thing, and then went back over. Oh, first I had to cast off, and then I went back over and I did this provisional cast on, and then I went across and back and forth, back and forth, and back, and then I had to take the provisional cast on off, and then those were live stitches, and then I picked those up, and then I was able to complete the pocket.
Yeah, it's
It-
cool the way
it
it
came
is.
out-
It's like all one piece.
One thing too I learned about doing this is I added some stitches, so like it was 20 stitches to for the cast off, but when I put the back like once off and put it back on about 4 stitches on either side because I didn't want any kind of stretchiness when I was putting that and sewing the pockets.
Yeah.
Puckering.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna have puckering, we're gonna have it in the back. We're not gonna have it in the front. So I thought that by adding a little bit of width to this,
thought you
it
were
would
making a joke.
it would kind of make it a little bit more. It would just flow a little better in the front, and so I worked pretty hard on that.
That
last
looks really
week.
good.
So that was fun. But
All
now
right, so we're gonna look for an accompanying yarn for your sweater.
Yeah.
Project number 1.
project number 1. Project
You
number.
mean you? Wait a second.
What?
If you don't know Kathleen, she's a monogamous knitter.
I am.
Okay, so you have actually 2 projects going on at once.
This is very unusual, but I just decided to join a.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You joined it? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I
I'm teasing
joined
you
a
because
prayer-
I am buried in UFOs, which are
Yeah.
unfinished objects. I just started a new one. I don't even care.
I decided to join the prayer shawl ministry at my church.
Oh, that's like a waffle weave.
And that yes, and so what I'm doing is this is a very basic thing, but it's and they said it would be okay.
Is that 2
I'm
colors?
doing so I'm doing a prayer shawl scarf
Oops.
because you know what, some people just don't want shawls. I just thought that maybe a scarf would be fun.
Hey, I just thought of something.
Yeah,
You could make scarves for men. They need prayers too.
exactly. So this could be for guys. You know.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we're
stitch.
going
Do you
with-
slip?
Yes. This is like I would call it a kind of a mosaic type of yarn, a
Yeah.
knitting thing.
It's like yeah.
So, and it's all garter stitch. Like it's everything is knit on this. There's no purling
oh, I see.
whatsoever.
So it's just the
Yeah.
difference.
So like
Oh, I see.
right now I'm on the part where I do two rows. Let me just see. No, yeah. I'm doing I'm doing a second row of just the gray. But then when I want to bring in the beige color, I do some slipping. So
and then
every-
that's what the back
so
looks
it's like, yeah, it almost feels like you get 2 different materials. One
You can
on
see
one
the
side.
slit. Look how nice and neat they are. Nice tension.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm a bit of a loose knitter.
That's okay.
Okay, a little loose lady I am. So if you want me to, maybe you can talk to them about something else, and I'll show them what I do and how I do this stitch. Okay, so when women's, hold on, let's get this started.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I have rearranged the entire store again. So what I have done this time is arranged it by yarn weight. So starting over at the register is lace weight, and then all my sock yarn is now in one place because it just is. And then next to that is the sport and DK here behind me. So this side of the store is all the lightweight yarn. And then starting over here where you can't see behind me, and if I move my chair, well, whatever, you have to trust me, it's there. Worsted weight around the corner into bulky and super bulky. So it goes around the store and the yarn gets bigger and heavier. So it's easier now for people to find. I was featuring all my hand-dyed yarns in a certain place, but then there was worsted next to sock and people got confused. So another announcement, if you don't get my newsletters, that I have some local hand-dyed yarn, hand-dyed in Cabot, and it's called Memi Yarns, and it's a nice lady named Megan. Hold on, let me get you a sock set because they're really fun for fall. Get these cute colors. I personally don't knit socks. Okay. Please.
I love. I say start with a Christmas stocking. The idea of how to knit a sock.
Wait, can I show off a stocking?
Please.
Okay, chat feet. It's Halloween. Wait till you see it. Hold on. I don't have that. I did this a couple years ago. If I can find it, it's right here.
But stockings are just big socks. If you can do a stocking, you can do a sock. Just with smaller needles, of course, when you're doing the sock.
So unprepared.
So I'm at a point right now where I'm going to use my second ball of yarn. I got a little bit. All right, so I'm going to take this ball, this strand of yarn. I'm going to knit my first stitch with the gray, and then I'm going to pull this in, and I'm going to slip the next stitch. Wait a minute. Slip the first, sorry. I'm going to slip the first stitch, sorry. Knit the second stitch. Make sure I'm on the right yarn. Slip the next stitch. Knit with the beige. Slip another gray. Knit.
So you
the
just
next.
slip knit all the way across.
Slip knit all the way
So it's
across.
almost like kind of like a seed stitch, but the one in between you just slip.
Like slip,
And
yeah.
you slip it knitwise or purlwise?
On this row, I slip it knitwise. Going back, I slip it purlwise.
So knitwise means you go in like you're gonna knit and just slip it to your other needle.
Mm-hmm.
If
Pretty
purlwise
simple.
would mean you would come in the front like you're gonna make a purl.
A slip is just taking a stitch from the left and bringing it over to the right. End of story. Nothing more. Nothing more complicated than that. Simple, simple, simple. So much fun. Yep.
Are you ready to see
what
my
do you-
Halloween
yes,
stocking?
I want to see a Halloween
This
stocking.
is one of those patterns that as soon as I saw it, I started tweaking. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yes, isn't it pretty? Look at it. Hold on, let me show Instagram. Because I don't have my cameras in the same place. Hey, people.
We did this, the toe is very nice because a lot of Christmas stockings, the toes sometimes look a little larger than the.
Well, you know what it is? Because this is not meant to be, okay, just before I get distracted, it's the Lily Sugar and Cream 100% cotton. These are meant to be knit in lightweight yarn and they're meant to be an actual stocking. If you look up the pattern, which is called Kaposset, it's in German, K-O-P-O-S-S-E-T. I can link to it in my descriptions. And that's why it looks like a real sock, because it's a real sock. What I did, I used bigger yarn and bigger needles, and I have a second one that's almost done. And yeah, isn't it glorious? I don't have the patience for this anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Sorry. Okay, so that's I don't really have any projects going on. I've been sewing a lot of Cuddle.
Yeah, okay. So the next things I'm hoping
Oh, yeah.
to buy some from Janaid, some more ideas. I'm sure she's going to show me. I need a baby gift. a little infant was just born the other day. Her name was Ruth. Yep. And so I need a baby gift for her. And
You
I'm
mean you
like,
want to knit it?
I want to knit her a baby
Do you want to
gift.
see the cutest little
Can you
sweater
tell
pattern?
me? Can you show me, help me out?
Okay, give me a second to find the pattern. The yarn is right behind you there.
Okay.
Okay, it's a sport weight merino. It's washable.
Oh, nice.
I see the pink and the orange next to each other. She has, hold on, people. Let me get the pattern. It's so cute. The little sweater. You just need one of each.
But she's got such a nice variety, folks, of colors here. There is
I have 16 colors of this.
Wow. Wow. And baby things don't take much.
One ball of each. Look how cute is that? Look.
Let's see. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's first thing I'm going to buy here.
So and then, okay, so
Fabulous.
and if you know, if you just
Yeah.
this
Tell
is
me
the
about the pattern a little bit more.
I don't know anything about it. I just know that if you use the actual yarn that the pattern calls for, it's going to look like this. Okay, if you that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, it's the You So Sporty. Yeah, UU Yarns is the brand, and this is a nice lady in California who has the yarn, but it's actually made in Italy. I don't know why I can't talk. I get all excited about the yarn.
Are these the two colors? Are these the two
This
colors?
is it.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
Okay, so another lady bought it with the sapphire to make a little tiny Aran. What do you say? You know, the little Guernsey, what, the
exactly.
Irish.
Yeah, the Irish.
So yeah, isn't that cute?
Now, okay, so it's raglan, which is I think one of the easier ways. Like I think the toughest kind of sleeves.
So that means one piece.
I think
They don't have to make separate
Yeah.
sleeves and attach it.
but
See, it
raglan
goes
is
all the
probably
way
easier
around.
Than
Okay, you don't have to do just the front, right? It's all one piece.
yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. UU
It's so
Yarns, and this
cute.
is called Fresh Squeeze.
Oh, and that's what it looks like, fresh squeeze.
Okay, now let me
I
show
love
you
it.
one of the, while we're talking about UU Yarns, let me show you the other pattern that's really cute that I wound up the yarn, but I haven't cast on yet because look how cute that is.
Oh.
Look, isn't that fun?
Oh wow.
The checkered hat. See, I think that's something guys would like too. Guys, would you wear that like a skateboardy hat? And you can make it in any two colors.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And is that for like adults?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Front side flip, and you just need one of each for a hat, of course, is enough.
Right.
And then there's some fingerless gloves.
Okay.
Aren't those cute? And so they're not exactly the same. See how they're, each mitt is
Ooh.
different.
Ooh.
Okay, so the second mitt, you switch the color order. Aren't those cute? So those are on my list.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, I have to show you something exciting. You'll be so proud of me, Kathleen. I did it.
Okay.
I was going to text you. Hold on. Where's
Okay.
this is my sample for the Noro. So,
Oh, we love, both of us are in
I mean,
love
not
with
Noro. Croy. Look, I'm
Oh.
going. I got my double pointed needles and I'm going in a circle. I'm doing it.
Whoa. I love, see, if I had a choice between doing the magic loop or double pointed, I will go with double pointed.
Okay, so this is how you go in a circle with knitting. You have to separate all of the stitches, the
fun.
tube, onto different needles, and then you knit the ones on this needle, and then you knit the ones on that needle, and you knit the one. You just go around in a circle.
You got to practice a little bit before you do the real
so
deal.
this isn't Noro. This is called Croy Sock by
Okay,
Patterns.
but
This is
still
the self striping.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I was so excited. I almost texted you the picture. I was very proud of myself because I don't usually do
What weight is that yarn?
sock.
It's a sock yarn.
Okay, but see, this is coming out so big on a size 3. I should go down a needle size if I'm actually going to wear it.
Okay.
But for my sample, it's fine.
But you know, but then again, it's all very relative, right? So let's say that this comes out a little bigger. I mean, you do have to make sure you have enough yarn. But hey, instead of wearing it with a pair of sneakers, you might wear it with a pair of boots. It's just something a little thicker that you might need it. Sometimes I think people can get very scared of gauge, but you can adjust. I personally, Janine, always buy at least one extra ball of yarn.
Oh, that brings me to my return policy. In a word, yes. Please buy the extra ball, and when you don't use it, you can bring it back.
Yes.
Did you know
It's insurance.
you can't catch COVID from a ball of yarn?
Yay. Oh,
Unbelievable.
woohoo!
So therefore, you can bring it back.
Yes.
So one of my yarn mentors is this lady who has a shop in Derry, New Hampshire called Yarn and Fiber. She's so cool. And she said, oh, I'll take anything back. I know what I sold. I don't care if it's a year later. I'll throw it up on the wall and someone will buy it. And I thought, oh, I want to be like that. So it's yes, you can bring anything back
Yeah, but it's
as long
it
as your
gives-
dog
gives-
hasn't eaten it.
I'm telling you, if you have that extra ball of yarn, you will enjoy your knitting so
Yeah,
much
don't
more.
play yarn chicken
because you'll-
because
yeah.
it's all happened.
And then it's so sad when you run out of yarn, right?
All right,
Okay,
let's move
all
on to the
right.
next project.
Next
We're already
project-
up to 20 minutes. We don't want to make it too long, otherwise
Oh.
people won't watch.
Oh my gosh, okay, that's
wanna
not
rush you.
cool. No, but other projects, I am thinking of like, what do I wanna do this Christmas for Christmas gifts? So
Wait, can
I've
you just
got,
mention what you did last year, the whale sweaters?
oh, that was 2 years ago. I covered my grandchildren in yarn. They were just completely covered
Three
in yarn.
grandchildren.
Yeah, and they were all.
They
and
all
the-
had the hat, the sweater, and the mittens,
and the socks.
and socks.
Yeah.
And they all matched, and they got a picture of them under the Christmas tree.
Yeah, and
do
it
you
was
have that in
great.
a frame at your house?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do.
good.
I've just discovered this brand called Petite Knits, and I fell in love with it. So I'm thinking this could be
Look
a
how
really
cute.
good.
It's so simple. Oh
it
my
looks
God,
like
I
a
have
really
yarn for
neat,
this.
simple gift type of thing, and it yeah. So that's like one of my like.
Wow, that's
things-
really cute. Is that bulky?
I believe it is. It's actually a combination of
Materials.
Aran and lace to equal a super bulky. Or you
Alpaca?
just get a super bulky.
Looks like an alpaca. It looks pretty bulky because you only and held together with mohair. Ooh.
Ooh. Who doesn't love a little mohair? A little mohair can go a long way though.
I love.
So I'm gonna do. I'd like to be able to do that. Do two strands of yarn together so that we get that bulky
I
weight.
have some really pretty fluffy stuff over.
Oh, please
over
show
there.
us.
Oh, all right.
Show
Hold
us.
on.
Because
Oh, my God,
and
it's
not only
so
that,
pretty.
folks, it's a vest. There is if this could be for people. It just seems kind of hip for me.
Hello, lover.
Oh, hello.
Mhm, so I have the whole
hello.
rainbow of Emma's yarn in the
Mm.
Surrey, and I also have. Those are hand dyed in Florida,
Oh.
and then I also have in a pale peach and the silver potion yarns hand dyed in Kansas City. So these
Wow.
are the fuzz. Oh, wait, and now this one isn't. But you could maybe this is what I could do. Okay, I've been looking for a project to do with my. Look at this. Hello.
Ooh.
So when you buy it, you get one of each.
Okay.
So you could either do a striped project or hold them together.
Hold them together, folks.
Hello. Now I know what.
And by the way, I said with this, it was you could do an Aran weight and a lace weight. Aran is pretty much the same thing as worsted, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is. It's
Is it a
maybe a
4?
little bit. It might be a
Isn't
little,
Aran a little bit heavier than
maybe a
before?
little heavier than,
But not bulky,
but,
though.
But not bulky.
It's
exactly.
weird, people. There's a
And
lot.
here's another gift idea that I found, also from Petite Knit, called Sophie's Scarf.
Oh, I've heard of that. Let me see.
Check
You know
this
how many
out.
people have you been on Ravelry? This thing is like so popular
Oh, come
because
on, yes.
do you know why?
Yes,
Because it
why?
only takes one skein.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where you go like, oh my God, I love that hand dyed stuff, but it's $31.95. Well, here's a project you can make with one skein of your any kind of yarn. Or a lot of times when you go someplace and you get that beautiful one skein and you don't know what to do with it. So the Sophie's, I've heard of this.
And I just thought it was so
Oh, and
cool
there's two
because you
sizes.
can wrap it exactly. You can make it a little bit longer, or you can wrap it like just once and then tie it like a bandana thing.
20 grams of cashmere. That's hardly anything.
Mm,
I mean, meaning that you don't have to have a lot.
yeah. So isn't that lovely?
Okay, now the one I have that with cashmere in it is this one, the Lanagato. It's wool and cashmere. Feel how soft that is. Squish it.
Oh. Hi, friend.
Yeah.
It's lovely, and I love the colors. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's
So,
fantastic.
that's really cute. So this is very popular with the knitters. So good taste, Kathleen.
Why, thank you. And the last one too for the gifts. I like this. I'll tell you why, because it doesn't look very fancy. But I suppose you could do it and adjust with any knitting pattern. But let's get real. When we knitting mittens, we want them to be long, folks, don't we? I personally want
Oh, you mean the cuff?
I want it to be long, and
I thought you meant the finger part because
I-
they're always too floppy here for me. But
Oh.
this part, yeah, because this gets cold.
Oh, it gets cold, you know.
They're like opera mittens. That's cute. And you could always fold it down and make a little cuff too.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's
we
what I
gotta
was
show it up
thinking.
close.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay,
The
so this
scarf
has
is-
long mittens.
Yeah, And the scarf is nothing special, but you know, it's basic. It's
Okay, but this
basic.
is one of those things that you do with a really sweet yarn, and the yarn speaks for itself. That looks so soft. What is this made with? It looks
The
like, oh, well,
yarn-
it's cashmere, of
The
course.
yarn speaks for itself, folks. That is so true.
That's what it is. It's something so
There,
simple.
there's times when you're doing cables and stuff like that where you wouldn't do that. But when you want something, and the fiber, you want
just
the
wanna
fiber.
Right.
You want the fiber to speak to it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Aww.
So these are the project ideas that I'm gonna go home, and I know it's very odd for me because I am usually one project person, but I am going to, because I don't get up to Vermont very often.
It's her first time in
First
over 2
time.
years. Wait, did you make that hat?
I did. I love my little
Aw.
beanie. Yeah, I all my hats are hand knits.
Okay, I'm calling it Knit Sisters, or we are, because people think we're sisters. We both have the big poofy hair.
Yep,
We were church musicians together for like 20 years.
yep.
Kathleen still plays professionally the organ, and I played the flute, and
Yeah.
she still does that.
And our kids grew up at the same time, and we all had the same mom problems from time to time. And it was just like, what do you do? And we were there for each other, and there's nothing more to say. It's what-
So do you
what
think
it's
that
about.
like on a Friday now and then you could Zoom with me live at noon and we could continue?
Oh my gosh, I think we need to do this.
Right?
And I can tell you how I'm doing with my project.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I love you.
It's a way to stay together these days.
Yeah, especially with the winter coming. So if you like it, give us a thumbs up and follow. I'm Janine, and
Kathleen.
we are
The Knit Sisters.
Bye,
Yay.
everybody. Thanks
Bye.
for
Have a
watching.
great day.
Mwah. Hold on. Let me turn it off. I don't know how to do it. Am I doing it? Yes, I want to stop.